Let's put that down there. It's a little warm today. I'm sitting in the shade. Sammy and I, we're just kind of hanging out in the shade. I've been thinking for 2 days how to present this video. Okay, this will be the last piece from my visit to the river. So something was taking place there. I mean, we all know there was something taking place there behind me once I got up away from the water and to where that fire pit is. I could sense them. I could feel them. I knew I wasn't alone. I could hear them faintly. The movement, I mean, I could tell there was movement there. You could hear it. I could hear rustling. I could hear, the soft footfalls, the little footfalls. I was hearing those, but I was also dealing with the roar, the sound of the river there, and there was a bit of a wind. So with the two combined, it was very hard to discern where sounds were coming from. It was like I kept being called back to go over that footage. I was seeing something, but I wasn't seeing it. Almost on a subconscious level. There was something there, and there was more there than what I had shared with you guys initially. Consider, we're looking at 30 frames per second. That's a lot of frames within 1 second. And I am only going, most of the time I do this, I'm going pause, play, P&P, right? Pause, play, pause, play, pause, play, pause, play. But I don't only do that once through, say, 5 minutes of video. I will continue to do that sometimes 20, 30 times in like a minute or 30 seconds of video because, like I say, there's 30 frames per second. That's why I do this over and over and over and over, because every once in a while you'll hit, when you use pause play, you may be getting like frame 5 and then your next pause is like frame 10, right? It's almost like you can never get every single frame with pause and play, but that's why I continue to do it, because every once in a while you get that nice frame, that nice still image, and it's just those are the ones that I share with all of you. So I need to do this one last upload from my short visit to the river. It'll be up to you guys to do with it what you will and take from it what you will. When this still showed up, when I got this one still, and what I'm going to show you all is from that one area. Wait till you see what I show you. It is when I captured the still. Of course, I played, right? And when I paused on this frame, I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I seeing here? What am I seeing? It is literally like a tapestry behind me. Like it's like a painting, a picture, a story in this one still. There's so much there, so much going on. It is like a tapestry, kind of an idea of what's there, what's happening there at the river. Maybe some people had some questions. Maybe there are people, maybe some of you are on the fence on on the subject, on this whole subject of Bigfoot, Sasquatch, and cryptids and little people and all the others that we call tag-alongs. It's like they follow the Bigfoot, or they're there. I wouldn't say. I think the majority of them are interdimensional, and I think they're back and forth and through, coming through, going out. Not the little people. The little people are almost territorial. They have their places. I know that from the stories that we heard growing up, the Cree stories, that they have their own territories. They have their own clans, their own tribes, small tribes, and they have places on this earth where they live. Yeah, there's many, many, many stories about them. You know, a lot of these other things, I think they are, I mean, it would be like us. We have our pets. We have our animals that come to us. Look at Sammy. Sammy was a runaway. He ran away from an abusive situation and come to me. And he's been here ever since. He's never left. He come here. I've never fixed him. He's never been He's never been neutered. But he stays. He don't run. He ran away from some place that was horrible for him, and he came here. And I've always welcomed him. He stays with me. I feed him. I care for him. I take care of him. I love him. And he stays with me. And I think maybe there are some of these things with the Sasquatch that it's a very similar situation. Like they come to them and they stay with them, travel with them, move with them, hide with them. The little people are so quick. They're quick like a whip. They're fast. I've seen blurs. If this is what I have in my footage, then it's the first time I've actually had one, that I've noticed in my video. We're going to focus on one main still image, and then I got a second still a couple frames later. Most of what was in the first frame became much more clearer, defined, and it happens when you're going pause, play. Some will be pixelated and blurry, and the next one will be nice and almost sharp, clear, and the next one will be in the middle, right? That's how it works. That's how it goes. So anyway, this image was boom, it's there. It's on my screen, and I'm actually following advice from a couple of the subscribers. I have a magnifying glass, right? So I'm using my magnifying glass on my screen, and I see this. There's 4 things that I missed in all the other time I spent on those few minutes of video up there by that fire pit. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my god, okay, I have to share it with you guys. I could just leave this alone and, save it for another day, or save it for one of my books down the road. I'm not ready to stop doing this and settle down and, write my books, and thought of just leaving this alone and moving on to the next venture. But I think I need to share this because it is a part of the journey. It's part of this. For me, I understand this. For me, it makes sense to me because I'm out there, boots on the ground. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I think I need to bring that to light. That I am boots on the ground. I am out there. This isn't fictitious or fiction, or this is real time. I think many of you are living vicariously through me, which I love. I'm grateful to be able to take you with me on these journeys. Mom would always say, before she passed away, do you think you could get me in your truck? In her 90s, right? She was, I think, it was like 3-4 months before she passed away. That was one of the things she asked me, if I could somehow get her in my truck, then she could come with me, right? Because we used to. When she was in her late 80s and mid 80s, she could still get in. We had an SUV, and she was able to sit in that quite easily, and we would go, right? I know that there are quite a few of you, because you've reached out and connected with me, and there are quite a few people. It's like they're coming with me on these little journeys I take, these Bigfoot, whether they're Bigfoot road trips or, our hikes into the Bigfoot mint patch and the mud patch. And, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to do this for you. I need to share this with you all because it's the journey, right? It's part of the journey. And you've been coming with me on this journey from the very beginning, some of yous. And this is part of the story. This stuff. This is real stuff. Some may, there's a lot of people out there, they're stuck in their conditioned views and beliefs in this, and you can't help them. They're stuck there, conditioned, where there's some people coming from other channels, and they've already got this conditioned view, and almost to the point where they've turned it into a belief. And that's where you got to be careful, because a lot of these other researchers and, a lot of the stuff that's out there, it's not fact, right? It's only theory, and a lot of them are basing theories on watching other people's stuff, other people's things. And again, therein lies the difference. I'm boots on the ground. This is real time. I'm going through this. I'm out there experiencing Sasquatch, the sounds, their energy, their movement, and I'm going through this real time. There's a difference there, right? And a lot of these other places where a lot of I'm sure many of you have come from, whether you heard my channel through theirs or through the Bigfoot grapevine. A lot of you have come in from other places and other channels, but what you got to be careful is, again, a lot of that is just, it's not factual. You know, something they're reading, something maybe they're watching all of this, that they're gathering data, and then they come up with a theory. And many of you have taken those theories and turned them into a belief, which is dangerous. I think there are many of you that understand what's taking place here. And some of it I'm still just learning, like what I'm about to share with you guys here. It literally is like a bolt of lightning. Hit me when I seen what I seen in this still image. And you guys can do the work too. Like, I mean, if you want to try to debunk what I'm going to show you, I mean, you can do that as well. But you'll find everything that I'm going to show you here in the video, in the footage. I'm not just making this stuff up. I mean, people have accused me of photoshopping and pasting pictures within pictures, and then and I've been accused of having people standing behind me with a mask on, and oh my goodness, it's all across the board. And there's a lot of those individuals out there, but that's not what's taking place here. I show you guys. I give you all of the information. I give you the video, the audio. I'm helping you guys hear and see what I hear. And then there's things I miss because some of you guys let me know, and I go back and yeah, I missed it. Whether it be an audio, whether it be something in the audio or something in the video, and there are many things, you know, that I don't think that's too pixelated and too blurry, that people are sending me. And I mean, it could be, I'm not saying it isn't, but it's not stuff I want to put out and share with all of you. But what I try to do though is I'm looking for the, you know, the ones that I'm like, I go there because I heard them, I sense them, I seen movement, and I hear them. And me as an empath, I pick these things up, right? I think that is kind of a good, I mean, that helps me. Maybe it helps me more than others, because as an empath, you can, when something's coming close, you pick up on it, right? You feel like, okay, something's here, right? You feel it. You can feel it. And so then all of a sudden, all your senses, everything's heightened, and you're paying attention at that point. Or where you hear the wood knocks, they usually let me know that they're there with the wood knocks. Okay, I'll leave this alone. But like I say, I'm going to share this with all of you. And again, do with it what you will, take from it what you will. And this means, I think this will mean a lot to many people. And like I say, this is made up. I've done nothing to these pictures other than up the contrast, sharpen them, and then I use the noise filter, which I love now, because it takes away the squares, the square pixels. It kind of softens them, rounds them out. And the diffuse glow filter. I love that filter. That's all I'm doing to these pictures. So it is what it is, right? You get what you get. I think they're pretty good. I think they're pretty good pictures. But like I say, there's no photoshopping, and there's none of that stuff going on here on this channel. I won't do that. I mean, there are ones that can accuse me, tell the cows to go home. I don't really care. And there are some out there that got a lot of people fooled, and I am sure many of you, but you guys don't realize that yet, but you will. The truth has a way of coming out, right? It can never, I mean, people try to hide the truth, but it always has a way of coming through. True colors, right? True colors. Everyone always eventually shows their true colors. So this is my last little bit of a highlight video from the river footage, my little short visit to the river. I can't wait to go back there, and I am right now trying to find a larger wooden, because I'm using wood, salad bowl. That's because that's what I'm using for these gifting sites. I'm trying to find another salad bowl for the river. I need to put a gifting site there, and that's my mission. That's my next mission. I just come back from the White Birch Clan. Now I want to go and set that bowl up at the river. So hopefully I can do that in a few days. But I will leave it there. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate all of you. I appreciate you being here, and they are showing us something very important. And I think the message is for many of you. So watch closely. And again, take it for what it's worth. And take from it what you will. I'll leave it there, and everybody take care and stay safe. I will see you in the trees. Bye for now. It's a lot quieter here when you're away from... Is there something behind me? Is there? To my right? I can't see. Could have swore I seen a dark spot moving.
It's a lot quieter here when you're away from... Is there something behind me? Is there? To my right? Could have swore I seen a dark spot moving.